everybody, welcome to Yoga Express. We're gonna get started. So find a spot, I'll wash up. Find a spot that's super comfortable and breathe. Okay, we are live. All right, so today we're doing yoga for detox. And I don't mean detox as any sort of like crazy coming off of cigarettes or coming off of junk food or anything like that. I just mean as in a detox system, just as a refresh. Get yourself ready to go out of the mindset that you are already in. It's kind of like we're already doing every other time we do yoga, but just a way to kind of, we're gonna do a little bit more twisting today to kind of block off some of that and then just flush it all through. So that's our plan. So about another minute of deep breathing. And let's work our way into an all-four position. So my name is Jen, if you haven't met before, hi. I always forget to introduce myself. So we're here in all fours, and we're going to go through cat-cow, but we're gonna do our little play cat-cow here. So that means while we do our regular cat-cow first, we're just gonna do one or two, going through the motion, arching that back, dropping that head, and then reversing that, arching that back the other way, making a little cow. So once you feel good with that, add in some movement. You can go in a circle. You can go forward and back. Whatever is in your repertoire for today. Whatever feels good, and sometimes you don't know what feels good until you try it. So play around a little bit. I really like going forward through and even more forward and then back again. All right, another couple seconds here. Equal out whatever you have going on. And then we're going to come to stillness and look over one shoulder. And look over the other shoulder. Come back, side A, look over that shoulder, and let's bring that arm up and behind. Palm facing up. And let's switch, other side. And release, and let's come up and twist and look over that opposite shoulder, and this time bring that arm in front. Back to the center, and such. And come back to the center. Sit back on those heels. Roll it forward and roll it back. Let's roll it forward and roll it back. Two more times. Roll it forward and roll it back. opposite elbow here, sitting up nice and tall. Really pulling those shoulders back. Do a little twist if you want, one way, and the other. And come to the center and bring those hands to center in prayer. Now let's bring those arms behind us. Now if we can do prayer, beautiful, great, do your thing. If you can do reverse prayer, that's totally fine. And if you can do neither, maybe you're just here. And release, move around those wrists. Everything feels wonderful and good. Hopefully we have no aches and pains today that aren't manageable. It's very hard to find an aches and pains free day, but okay, let's release. Let's bring that mat over. And bring the other foot in front. So we're here. And we're just going to lean forward. And then relax it back. I'm going to move this foot a little towards the midline. And I'm going to grab the other ankle. I might take a second, get myself situated, and then roll myself kind of up, pulling my shoulders back, and breathing. And release, and I'm going to bring this leg here, which you can't see, I might hold a mat. Point those toes up, and walk those hands down the outsides of the leg. Release, we'll come back to the center, go into your tabletop, and let's set up for side. Hopefully that fan wasn't in the way the whole time. All right, so I'm holding over that now. I'm here. I'm gonna bring that foot in front. I'm gonna lean forward. Bring that foot towards the midline a little bit. I can put that other hand down, grab my foot, and come back up. You know, there's no magical way to get into these things, so if you need to hold on, get situated, come in, come out, it's fine. The only thing you can't hold is your breath. And release. Other foot, toes up. And walk it down. And release. Come through center. This time we're going to tuck our toes under and sit back. Stretch out those feet. Now you can lean as far back as you want and really stretch out those toes. If that's too much, you can lean forward a little bit and put some of the weight on the ground versus putting the weight on your thighs or your hips. And then we're to lean back and come into a toe stand here. Now your hands can be on the ground if you need them to be. If you don't need them to be, can they be on your thighs? Can they be on your hips? Can they be in prayer pose? Now take those hands down by your side. We're going to push up nice and slow. Now, you don't have to push up. You can come out with such a deep squat like that. More power to you. I cannot. Not today. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe one day. So we are going to do some squat play here. So what that's going to mean is you're going to come down as far as you can, and then maybe that means into a toe pose, and back up nice and slow. We're going to go for about a minute. And it's not for depth, it's not for speed, it's just to get some movement here in this lower back, hips, legs. So if you need to hold on for balance, please do. If you need to push off from the ground, do so slowly. But we're gonna go right about now, okay? So come down nice and slow and as far as you can. And then come back up as slow as you can. So I want you to go slow the whole time. That doesn't mean bounce around. So if I come down and I need to push off the ground, that's totally fine. I just give myself a little bit of a push. And then I come back up under my own power. It's probably another 20 seconds or so. If I don't want to go down as deep, that's fine. Sometimes just getting up off of your work chair, off of the couch, when you're pumping gas, whatever it happens to be, and just doing a couple little squats. It may look weird, but I guarantee you no one will give you a second clue. And if they do, they're going, huh, you know what, I should be doing that too. All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm going to go all the way to the ground, but you don't have to. Nice crackles and pops. I'm going to come up. I'm going to move around those feet. All right, so we're going to do a little chair twist here. So if that's too much for you, you can do it standing here. So our chair twist, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see, but you can stay front on. My arms are in front as a nice little counterbalance. I'm coming back into a squat. I'm holding it here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and I'm going to roll it up. Next time I'm going to come down, I'm going to bring this arm to the top of this leg and do a little rotation. Arms out in front, sitting back, and twist. We're going to hold it a little bit longer. 2, 1, come on, shake it out. Other side, arms in front, sit on back, and twist. 2, 1, roll it up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Now, if that means you need to sit a little deeper into that squat, so be it. If that means you need to come up out of that squat more, that's totally fine. I'm holding it for about 10 seconds for a second. Arms out. Just zip back and twist. Release and come back up. Arms in front, sit back and twist. Release, come back up. One more time, other side. Taking a couple seconds here, catching your breath. Arms in front, sit back and twist. Can we hold it 15 seconds this time? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. Shake it out. 2 breaths. Last time. Arms in front. Sit back and twist. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Come on up. Feet wide. Toes out. Hands on the hips. Arms up. And let's just twist one way to the center. And twist the other way to the center. 2 more like that. Front. Middle, front, middle, front, middle, front, middle. Bring those arms down. Now we're going to add in a little bit more full body. Arms up, down, up, down, up. You can go to your knees here. You can go to your ankles here, whatever suits you best. Just try to make sure that you're going the same distance each side. You can go slower than me, that's totally fine. Pause here. Now we're going to aim towards the center. So we're going to come down in front. Back up. Down in front. So one arm goes down, one arm goes up. Let's do 2 more for 1. And 2. Beautiful. Drop those arms, bring those feet in. Let's turn sideways. Let's bring those arms up overhead. Grab the opposite elbow and do a little back bend. It should feel nice. And then swan dive down. Bring those elbows to touch, or bring those elbows to the hands, crossing them over, letting the head hang. Swinging back and forth slightly. Let the arms drop, come back up. Arms up overhead. Grab those elbows, lean back. And come on down. Grab those elbows and swing. Drop those arms. Roll it up. One more time. Arms up. Elbows. Lean back. And come back down in front. Swing. Shaking that head yes, shaking that head no. Bringing those hands to the ground. One foot back, the other foot back. Into table. Bring those knees nice and wide. Bring those big toes to touch. And sit back into a child's pose. Taking 5 breaths here. And then walking those hands up. Keeping those feet where they are. Keeping those knees where they are. We're going to do the same thing we did standing. Let's bring those arms in front. Lean it forward. One in front, one in back. Come back up. Now you decide how far down you want to go. Do you really want to stretch out in front? Or do you just want to tap? Either one is fine. Just make sure right and left are equal. I'm going to do two more big ones at the front. For 1. And 2. Drop those hands. Bring those knees in. Sitting up nice and tall. Spinal twist. Other side. Release. Bring those feet out to the side. We call this sitting mermaid style. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we're sitting up nice and tall regardless. We're just wanting those legs flail out to the side a little bit. Propping myself up. And I'm leaning over. So I'm not leaning over here like we usually do. I'm sitting up tall and then bringing this over and over. And release. Now I'm coming on to that forearm. Lengthening. And then looking up to the ceiling, pulling that armpit chest back slightly. Release, coming up, switching those legs. Setting yourself up each time. So I'm sitting up nice and tall here. My shoulder is down as much as it can be. And I'm going to come up and over. And release. Now on to that forearm. Up and over. And looking up to the ceiling, pulling that armpit chest back. And release. Let's come onto our backs nice and slow. Just let your body just kind of melt to the floor first. Bring those feet in. Cross one leg over. And then let those knees drop. Trying to let the rest of our body go, not holding on to tension, not holding on for anything really. Release that, come through center. Other side. Cross it over and drop those knees. come back through center. Release. Reach down towards those ankles. Just kind of rock back and forth. Now my feet are touching, but they're not crossed over each other. Just rocking back and forth slightly, bringing that heart rate down before we go into our Shavasana, which we are going to end class with today. We're going to end class in Shavasana. We're not going to do anything after because sometimes we do. And grab those knees, bring them in, and do little circles with those knees. And then switch it out, other side. And then release. So for Shavasana today, I'm going to give you 3 options. You can either do the standard, lovely, wonderful Shavasana here. You can do your Shavasana with your feet in the air, either having a block or a pillow underneath your hips, or bringing your legs over to a wall or bench or anything like that. Or you can do your Shavasana sitting up, which is what I'm going to do today. So you can decide, we have 2 minutes, and I will let you know when those 2 minutes are up. But that will be our class for today. All right, it is 12:15. If you are laying on your back, roll onto your side and sit on up. If your legs are out to the ceiling or towards the ceiling, slowly bend those knees, bring those feet back in, and make your way to a seated position. And if you're already seated, you're already good to go. Just bat those eyes open and continue on with the rest of your lovely afternoon. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.